since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Another stout review tonight. Look at us branching out. I think this makes like 5 out of the last 10 reviews, non-hoppy beer reviews. Trying to branch out the old beer review, the beer review game. So really excited for this one. From Evil Twin, this is Michigan Maple Jesus. I am a huge maple syrup fan when it comes to stouts. Morning Delight and Good Morning are two of my favorite beers I've ever had. I love those beers. This is different, being it's barrel aged, 12% alcohol by volume. It's brewed by Evil Twin, and they brewed it at Dark Horse in Marshall, Michigan. So it says Imperial Stout aged in maple syrup bourbon barrel. So if I understand this correctly, this is a stout that they took bourbon barrels that had bourbon, and then they emptied the bourbon, and then they add maple syrup, and then they empty that, and then they put the beer in it. I don't know how long this was aged for, to be honest with you. I didn't look it up. I know Darwin did a review on this, and he really liked it. I don't think I've seen any other reviews on it. I think he's the only one. So, like I said, really looking forward to this one. This is the first Evil Twin beer I think I've reviewed on the channel. I don't drink a lot of Evil Twin beer, if we're being honest. So, don't know really why that is. I'm just not an Evil Twin beer guy. So, let's go ahead and get her poured and see what we think. Let's give ourselves a small pour for this. I can smell bourbon. So it poured pretty dark. Let's see if we can get some head on it. There was not really much of a head generated. Yeah, not a whole lot. It is pitch black. Looks great in the glass. There's alcohol legs for days. The head was like a mocha kind of khaki color. I don't know, quarter finger. But there's already glass lacing and alcohol just running down the sides of the glass. Looks good, the glass, though, for sure. Big beer. 12%er. This will be the only beer I drink tonight. So I said I can smell bourbon from just sitting here talking to you guys. So let's go ahead and shove our nose in it and see what she smells like. This is right about cellar temperature. I had this in the fridge, and then when I came home, I took it out, and I actually have a wine fridge that's at like 61 degrees, so I had it in there for like an hour, and then I took it out and let it sit. So there's like a slight chill on it. So hopefully we get everything out as that the brewer intended. So here we go. Wow, that's a big nose. It's definitely bourbon, but it's sweet. It's like milk chocolate sweet. I wouldn't say that you smell maple. Like, it's not maple forward in the nose, but it's sweet, like vanilla. Darwin said that this reminded him of Bourbon County. It is Bourbon County-esque. It's got that fudgy kind of chocolatey thing. But then you're getting sweetness. It's vanilla. There's like some of that coconut that you get from the barrels. It's like a charred kind of oak thing. And then it's just bourbon. I talked about this. It might have been Bourbon County Rare that Nathan and I reviewed. When you inhale, when you really shove your nose in this beer and inhale, you can feel the heat from the alcohol kind of in your throat. This does that. But yeah, it's chocolatey. It's very decadent. It's dessertish. And then it's bourbon. So I'm really hoping that there's maple on the taste of this, because it's not very maple forward in the nose. So cheers. Ooh, yeah, there is maple on that. That's fucking awesome. It is a sweet beer, though. If you don't like sweet, holy fuck, that is like maple syrup on chocolate cake. If you don't like sweet, you won't like this, but if you like maple, you will love this. This is straight maple beer boner. It's got like that slick, oily mouthfeel too. But right up front, tongue, it gets hit, you get that bourbon kind of, it's not heat, but you taste bourbon. And then it just, maple syrup just coats your entire tongue. And then it goes from maple syrup to like chocolatey, decadent, milk chocolatey, kind of desserty. And then you get that bourbon kind of, it's not heat, but I don't know how to describe that, because it's not boozy. It's not boozy. 12%, I mean, it doesn't drink boozy. it doesn't drink as boozy as you'd expect a 12% beer, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, but there are a lot of layers of flavor right now, and my brain's kind of trying to process all of this. The finish is that oaky kind of warmth from bourbon. There's vanilla in there. There's a little bit of like coconut, but it is maple syrup. This is so good. If there was more coffee in that, I kind of wish there was coffee in this. I don't get you get like that rich kind of roasted malt thing. But if they somehow made this kind of like a breakfast beer with coffee and as much maple syrup as you're getting with the bourbon, this would be one of the best beers ever, probably for me anyways. This is killer though. Like I said, the mouthfeel is like that slick kind of oily mouthfeel. It's not, I mean, it's 12% and it's barrel aged, so it's not super thick and chewy, but it doesn't really take away from this beer. The maple syrup though up front, and then that chocolate that it just kind of transitions right to the middle of your tongue. It's like having maple syrup on chocolate cake. That's one of the best ways I can describe it. And then you just get that rich kind of roasted malty thing. And then it just finishes with that nice, it's vanilla, it's bourbon. There's a little bit, it doesn't burn, it's just a little bit of heat that just sits kind of on the back of your tongue, and you can kind of feel it go down just into your chest, just like a slight bit of warmth. If you live in a cold weather state, it's not very cold in San Diego right now. It is November 1st, but this is a perfect cold weather beer. This is a perfect after dinner beer. This is a perfect dessert beer. And if you like maple syrup, you will love this. So, I really, really like this. This is world class. Fuck it, it's Hunnits. It's a 100 for me because I like sweet beers. I like sweet desserty beers, and I love maple syrup. So this hits on all of that. I'm gonna give it 100. This beer is definitely hyped, and it's trading pretty big right now, and it's even selling kind of big secondary, but this would be worth checking out if you like sweet maple syrup bourbon barrel aged beer. This is a great example of use of barrel and use of maple syrup. So if you like all the bourbon, like big bourbon imperial stouts, and you like barrel characteristic, and you like maple syrup, this is the beer for you. So that is Michigan Maple Jesus from Evil Twin. That is fucking delicious. So I'm gonna give it a 100. There's no reason not to. I'd be like nitpicking the shit out of it. I was like I said, if you're into big chewy mouthfeels, this doesn't have that, but I don't think it needs it. It's that desserty, milk chocolatey maple syrup thing. So the only thing that would make this like really, really next level, like top tier, one of the best beers ever, is if there was some kind of coffee roast. You're getting more roasted malt than coffee, but if they could do that with the maple syrup and the chocolate that you have, and then all like that kind of charred oak vanilla characteristic that you get from the barrel in this would be this would be some mic drop shit. But I'm going Hunnits. It's fantastic. So if you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.